In this video, I will cover the hydraulic panel operations. For each flight, we follow the same routine that I'm gonna show you. These routines start at the preliminary check all the way through a sequenced flight phases, ending this when securing the aircraft. So let's get started now. Before we apply the electrical power to the aircraft, we check the position of the hydraulic switches and make sure that they're in the off positions. Starting with DC pump, off, AC pump, off. This check prevents the battery drain and the unwanted actuating of the hydraulic control surfaces for the safety purpose during the ground personnel operation. During the overhead panel scan, we check the following items: the hydraulic quantities to ensure that they're above the minimum surfacing level. We switch the AC pump to auto, then we look for pressure indicator for the yellow system rising. Then we turn the switch to on with right click to look for the pressure indicator continuing rising to a nominal pressure of 3100 psi. We do this check to ensure that both the auto feature and the manual selection of the AC pump are working properly. Now we turn on the PTU switch and look for the pressure indicator for the green system rising to 2600 psi. And this complete the AC and the PTU pumps check. Now we turn the PTU switch to off, then the AC pump switch to off. Finally, we check that both engine-driven pump switches are set to off. Before we start the engines, check that all the hydraulic switches are off. Once the engines are started and stabilized, we turn on the engine 2 pump. Engine 2 valve light comes on, then out. Yellow system pressure rising. Low pressure for the yellow system goes out. The yellow system pressure is stabilized at 3100 psi. Then we turn on the engine 3 pump. Engine 3 valve light on, then out. The green system pressure rising. Low pressure light goes out. The green system pressure is stabilized at 3100 psi. Now select the AC pump to auto with the right click on your mouse, then set the PTU switch to on. All the annunciator lights are out. Finally, the panel is set for the flight. Now, during the flight, you don't need to touch the hydraulic panel that much unless you want to check if the EDPs are working properly by turning both the AC pump and PTU to off. Then, if both the hydraulic system's pressure indicators show 3100 psi, this means that the EDPs are good. Otherwise, can be a sign of a potential failure in the system. Then don't forget to turn both the AC pump and PTU switches back to on. Before we shut down the engines, turn off both the PTU and AC pump, then check that both the hydraulic system pressure indicators showing 3100 psi. This check is made to ensure that both the EDPs are functional. Now you can turn off the hydraulics to off, and this complete this video. See you in the next tutorial.